Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Hi, everybody.
Are we live across all three?
Going there.
Getting there. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. Hope everybody had a wonderful weekend. Monday's always a nice way to start the week with these trainings. Is it gone? We good? All right. While we're waiting for it to fully connect, if you guys haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to our channel. Leave us comments, subscribe, all the above. And specifically for today, if you have questions or even comments about the topic, please put them in there because we will address them at the end. If there's questions about other topics, guys, you always know you can reach me via email.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about cleanses.
Before we start,
Oh,
I watched the video that we did earlier on. It was how to detox your body.
okay.
I enjoyed that one. I actually listened to it again. I thought it was good. So I don't want to try to recover a lot of what was said there, but that's a very, very helpful video for those of you out there. Much like the one we did last week on immunity, where it was a more broad topic,
Right.
which is more applicable, I think, into lifestyle. Like I like that. I like the way that the tone said. It's not like, oh, here this is going to fix your ail, or
Right.
no. It's like, hey, this can benefit you, and this is how. But you should also be doing X, Y, and Z,
100%.
and other things around it.
Yes. I think one of the major things we wanted to get across today, as the title has it, a cleanse won't detox you, but this will.
Yeah.
Because during this time of year, right, we're approaching the holidays and everybody wants to maybe drop a few pounds. Maybe we're doing more cleanses and detoxes because we have more parties to go to, right? You're always getting invited to something for the holidays, which is a wonderful thing. But you're eating different foods. You're eating more foods, probably not as healthy of foods, these little like appetizer things. And also you're consuming more alcohol, most of the time, and maybe disrupted sleep because of these parties that you're going to and whatnot. So it also becomes a stressful time, and
For sure.
yeah, I mean, typically it's good stress, right? In the sense of like we have a lot to do, but we're family and friends, we're celebrating, and we're giving, receiving, all the above. But it is more stress on ourselves, on our bodies. So we really want to talk to you about the difference between these like little marketed cleanses that you see every left and right that you look,
Okay.
versus a proper detox, right? So I want you to think about like these cleanses. They don't detox your body. They actually stress your body, right? They're doing these extreme things that causes extreme things in your body, and that's not what we want. A true detox doesn't necessarily force your body. It actually supports your body,
Yeah, of course it
right?
should
So
support
we're not
it.
forcing things, we're supporting things so
Yeah.
they can do what they're supposed to do, right? Because our bodies have these natural detox systems, and that's the goal, is to constantly support it so it's working for you, right? We're not forcing something, whether maybe it's going to increase these crazy bowel movements or whatever it is. So yeah, we'll dig into that a little bit, and I want to address a little bit more the problem with typical cleanses. There's some specific ones that are very common, which is like a 3-day juice cleanse. They often strip calories too quickly, which leads to like a rapid fat loss. And like you might be thinking, that sounds wonderful, right? I just don't eat, or I restrict the calories. I just drink these juices and I lose fat quick. But I want you to think about this. Our toxins are stored in our fat. So you have this rapid fat loss, which causes a sudden release of toxins. And so far you might be thinking, okay, this is good. Toxins are getting released. But the problem is you have this rapid influx of toxins circulating in your bloodstream, and it overwhelms our liver and our lymphatic system. So we can't properly get them out. So the toxins just keep recirculating in our bloodstream, and that's not where we want them. It causes inflammation, fatigue, headaches, maybe skin flare-ups, right? Maybe breakouts, digestive issues, immune suppression. Like all this stuff can happen because now we have these toxins going around. So like it's almost like your body's getting sick after you do this like 3-day cleanse. So are you?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just fighting this new setting where they did a vertical layout. And so my apologies if you're only catching 1/3 of her and maybe a half of me. So I really am sorry. But again, new settings. So you know how it is. Not our favorite thing. Ignorance on fire in this digital world.
Right. And this is, this
So my apologies, but hopefully you can hear us just fine.
Yes. And I also want you to think about these cleanses, what they lack. They lack fiber, they lack minerals, they lack protein, they lack essential nutrients. And those things that I just listed, all of those are required for phase 1 and phase 2 detoxification. Now, if you're wondering what phase 1 and phase 2 are, I do believe on the training that you were referring to, we went into more detail about the phases of detox, letting you know that you need to support each phase, and they kind of need to be supported so they work in order, right? By phases, it's not like you're doing one at a time, but your body basically does them one at a time, so they each need to be supported, so all your phases are working together. These cleanses, they don't rebuild the gut microbiome. We're going to get into that because you might sit here wondering, like, why do we have the probiotic gut support in our detox pack? Speaking of, the main reason why we're also doing this training is because we did just launch a new pack, which is our detox pack, and these are our 3 supplements in it, right? We're going to be explaining to you why these 3 were chosen to be part of the pack. And if you've listened to us before, listen to me, I talk a lot about stacks. And these packs are stacked supplements for a specific reason, right? They're here to help you achieve maximum results. Okay, so let's talk. Is that what we look like?
Yeah, that's you on Instagram. The screen cut you off.
Oh.
Sorry. Okay, yeah, I'll be even
We're not
first.
even there.
Okay, good.
Okay. Well, at least you can hear us. That's the most important thing. You don't need to see us. Okay, let's talk about what an effective detox really means.
Okay.
Okay, so we have
This could mean a lot of things a lot of different things to different people.
true.
Substance abuse wise,
True.
right? This could mean something
yeah.
different. Digital detoxes are now a
Yes.
common thing.
Yes. So when we're talking about detoxing, we're talking about helping your body support its natural detox processes. Our body is constantly detoxing. And we don't want it to get stuck and stopped up, kind of sluggish per se, because then it's not going to work for us, right? And we're exposed to toxins on a 24/7 daily basis. So we need to make sure our detox processes are working for us 24/7, right? Not just detoxing when we feel like we've eaten really bad or had a couple nights out. Those are not the time. Those are more like these extreme detoxes that, again, we talked about the negativity of it, strips your body of things, forces things, not supports. What we're talking about today with an effective detox and what it really means to us and our pack is to support our body's natural detox processes so they don't get sluggish, so they work 24/7 properly, right? Successfully. That way. So think of like our liver, kidneys, gut, skin, lymphatic system. These are all working all the time. They're on. Proper detox is here to support those pathways, like not shock them, right? Not force them, not shock them, not anything crazy. So we have, going through the phases real quick, we have our phase 1 detox, which is processing the toxins. We have our phase 2, neutralizing and safely packaging the toxins. And then phase 3 is more like the elimination, like gut elimination, removing the toxins through stool, bile, all that jazz. So the goal is reducing the inflammation, restoring nutrient levels, not these other ones that I talked to you that have no nutrients, right? Strengthen the gut microbiome to keep the toxins from reabsorbing into the gut, and maintain stable blood sugar and prevent this nutrient depletion. That's the real goal. What do you have to say?
Well, I just looked and I looked down and I looked at these 3 products and think, this is a great concept, and especially with the education and the context you're building around it. I think that's important. I really do. But I think there's so much more to it, and I hope we can have a chance to talk about how important some other things like fiber and protein and amino acids are, because again, talked about it in the previous video, but really what drives a lot of our detoxification process is our enzymes and other things that rely on healthy nutrition.
Right.
And so I don't think you can have a conversation without having definitely these 3. And I love the fact that this is our pack, but you also really should be emphasizing the importance of fiber, of protein, of amino acids. And then of course, then the whole other side, probably just as big, is how to avoidance,
Sure.
avoidance of some of these aggravating toxins and
Yeah.
the burden that we accumulate in an additive way over time, especially as we age. And then, as we age, we lose the ability to effectively detox as well as we once could,
Right.
like we do most things.
Right. I see a
So
great question that just popped up, and someone is asking, what about a parasite cleanse? This is something that we're working on,
definitely
but you have to know this. If your body's detox processes are not working
optimized.
properly,
Right.
the parasite cleanse is not going to work, right? Because part of it is being able to rid them, right? So our body needs to be working. There's so many steps. And I hate some of these parasite cleanses that just rush you into the parasite portion, because it's not going to work if your detox system is not working properly.
Which has been the challenge for us formulating.
Right.
So
Because it's almost like yeah, we'll come out with a product. Yes, it's in the works, but there also has to be steps, because we want to make sure it's actually going to
effective.
be
It's an
effective, right?
right.
So it's
Right.
like, you got to be taking your nutrients, which is like our daily essentials pack. You got to have the fiber that Dr. Ryan was just talking about. You have to be detoxing properly. Like, there's so many things that have to be working for a parasite cleanse to work properly. So I just wanted to add that in, because that's a great question. And then someone's saying, do we have to detox every single day? Your body detoxes
All the time,
24/7.
24/7.
That's the goal. If it doesn't do that, and if it's not doing that properly, that's when we get we get a toxic burden. We get toxic, right? We have a buildup of toxins in our body, and that's when all the negative things happen. So if you're not supporting your detox systems on a daily basis, you risk the chance of having toxic overload. Again, we're exposed to these every single day. We want our detox systems to be effectively working every single day, 24/7 for us, as they should. But again, we're in a toxic world. So we are exposed to so many toxins on a daily basis, way more than our 100 years ago. Let's just pull that number out. It's a problem. So if we're not addressing the problem, we're going to have issues within our body.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Something else to say. Okay. So let's just dive into the pack. What you see, we have our chlorophyll and zeolite detox, or droppers. We have our probiotic gut support, and we have our liver support. And we're just going to break down like why they're in here. Not going into crazy detail, because I do always want you guys to be well educated. So make sure you check out our other videos. Each one of these products has its own standalone video. We've also done a detox one in the past that we covered phase 1, 2, and 3, and like in depth. And I know I got many questions after that one. People really love that one. So make sure you check it out. Again, they're all found on our YouTube channel. So educate yourself fully, so you also understand, what we're talking about here. Okay, let's just price wise. These 4 products, if you're a member.
4? Yeah.
Sorry, 3. It is Monday.
Man.
These 3 products, $39.95 for a member, or $49.95 if you're a non-member. Okay, so if you're new and you don't know what I'm talking about, membership, you pay to be a member, $9.95 a month, or you can pay yearly, and that gets you membership pricing for all of our products. So you will notice if you're buying more than one product a month, you save significantly. So just makes sense. This pack is designed to work with the body's natural detox machinery. That's why it's here. It's not against it, but work for it. So let's start with the probiotic gut support. And I feel like this is a really important one to start with.
Yeah.
Because if our gut is not healthy, it is not a balanced microbiome, nothing's going to work, right? So the gut microbiome is one of the most overlooked detox organs. It is so important. And I know we hear more and more gut, a second brain. It's real, guys. And you don't have to have negative GI symptoms to support your gut. They're not always present. Not everybody's as sensitive to a disrupted gut microbiome, but it doesn't mean that it's not disrupted, or, we want it balanced. So you always need to make sure you're taking your probiotics. Inside here is also your prebiotics that feed the probiotics, but also digestive enzymes. And those are really important to help us absorb the nutrients. Example, like there's certain vitamins and minerals, B vitamins, magnesium, amino acids, antioxidants. These are very important for detox. And if our gut is disrupted and we're not able to absorb these nutrients, right, it's going to affect our detox. So everything that we're doing is almost like in sequence just to help our body function properly. That's like everything with Live Good. It really is. It really, really is. If the gut lining's inflamed, imbalance, like I said this earlier, the circulating toxins can reabsorb back into your body instead of being eliminated. So once we make them circulating, the goal is bind and excrete. But if our gut's not working properly, they're just going to get reabsorbed back into the body, right? So it's the exact opposite of what we're trying to do.
So a quick primer though on just gut integrity and how the process works. Anything that's consumed, could be oral, it gets into the stomach, right? And the stomach will do a lot of stuff there, right? Churn, deactivate. But a lot of the absorption into the blood goes through that first part of the small intestine. That's where and then it absorbs into the blood. The portal vein takes it right to the liver, and the liver does the most detoxification of any organ in the body, probably. I mean, I'd say, but it's a big hit, big gun for detoxification. So the gut's where it starts, though. The gut lining, the integrity. We've heard things like leaky gut. We've heard things talk about tight junctions and the absorption across. So what she's saying is very true. And the only way to preserve that gut lining and integrity is to really nourish it, and you got to take care of it. So people lose sight of the fact, and they just think that, well, look, I'm fine. I don't need that. I don't need any help with that. And they're sort of cutting themselves short, I would think.
Sure, definitely.
Someone
was just asking here too, like, what about our shilajit and sea moss? I mean, yes.
All the trace minerals, all the minerals you need.
They can help. The zeolite can help.
Enzymatic reactions and.
Sorry, I said zeolite.
Yeah, zeolite's in here. Don't worry about that.
The shilajit can help with the binding too. But again, there's so many things that can and should be added in to assist the body. But yeah, we just can't add them all into a pack. Then all of a sudden we're gonna have all of our products.
Yeah.
And call it a detox pack, but it's everything.
It's kind of true.
Okay, what else do I want to say? Just probiotics improve motility and help bind toxins for safe removal. I mean, I don't know if that was, we don't always think of probiotics like that. So just think about if your gut microbiome is disrupted, your body literally cannot absorb the nutrients required for detoxification and can actually reabsorb the toxins circulating instead of eliminating them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Next one, liver support.
It's the big hitter. It's the big gun. Yeah. There's no doubt.
Your liver think of it as the command center of detox.
Sure.
Okay, so I mean, most people know that. They know like the liver's involved in it, but again, there's steps to make sure this is all functioning properly. Our liver support, our liver formula supports phase 1 and phase 2 detox. Again, we did really break those down initially in our detox training, but think about glutathione production. I know a lot of people are hearing all about glutathione and the master antioxidant that's very potent for detox. Mm-hmm. And we have NAC in here.
Yep.
N-acetylcysteine, and that helps our body produce more of its own glutathione. So that helps our body naturally detox. Great for inflammation, balancing inflammation. What else are some other ingredient? I mean, milk thistle.
Yeah, milk thistle I think is probably the most common. People are familiar with that for sure.
Supports fat metabolism, critical for toxin release, healthy bile flow. Like bile, that's where
emulsifying agents.
The toxins help exit the body.
Yeah.
So extremely important. And again, guys, this is daily stuff.
Yeah, and think the liver has the ability to rebuild itself, right? So you have to support the liver. It does require a lot of nutrients. It's a high energy demand center for sure. And you can even use a toxin like alcohol as an example, but the liver will actually respond to a burden, right? An accumulation of toxin, and it does that with alcohol. It upregulates, and it causes enzyme induction. So it makes more of this enzyme, but the liver will get larger to accommodate this and stores it and tries to break it down. And think about how you feel though, even if you're just an acute alcohol drinker and you drink too much, you feel horrible. Well, think about if you had excess toxin building up. No wonder why you have the brain fog, right? Mm-hmm. The lack of energy. You've got just all of these different symptoms that can really come back down to the fact that you're not clearing, detoxifying properly.
Yeah. 100%. And hydration.
Gosh, yeah. Well, doing this, you better be hydrating. There's no doubt about that.
In it. Okay, so I didn't go into here.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so then we have our chlorophyll and zeolite detox. It's our droppers. A powerful binding and cleansing combination, if you want to think about that. So if you want to think about this as almost like your phase three. So chlorophyll oxygenates the cells. It supports red blood cells and helps neutralize toxins. Then you have the zeolite, which binds heavy metals and environmental toxins. So grabs onto them and helps remove them without harsh purging. Again, this is not harsh. These are daily stuff, and that's the goal, right? We're supporting, not forcing. Supports a cleaner lymphatic and cellular environment in general, right? So very, very important stuff. These three wonderful new pack that we've just added. So explaining a little more, just summing it up,
Yep.
how this detox differs from these harsh cleanses or harsh detox. Remember, it's gentle, it's daily, because we detox 24/7.
That's right.
It's science-based detox, not extreme cleansing. Okay, not just, oh, let's just take this, let's drink these juices for 3 days straight and we're going to feel amazing. And look, you might lose a lot of water weight. Your gut might feel really good because it hasn't had food or any digestion to work on, but it's not doing anything beneficial for your body. So on a cellular level,
Yeah.
very important to
I'll
understand
follow you. Sure.
that. Supports nutrient absorption instead of blocking it. Helps your body remove the toxins safely and gradually, not in one sudden flood. Strengthens the gut instead of irritating it. That's a big one.
That's a big one.
Yeah, because these cleanses they'll irritate your gut, right? And then you're just setting yourself back. That's the problem. It's just taking steps back as you actually think you're taking steps forward. It's really not. Nourishes are phase 1 and phase 2. Avoids blood sugar crashes, which you'll get with these fast and cleanses and whatnot. Dehydration, metabolic stress. And I also, when I'm saying fasting and stuff like that, I don't want you to be like, well, isn't fasting great for autophagy? And because that's a totally different topic.
It is.
Totally different
topic. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, because there are certain kinds of like fasting for autophagy that are wonderful, but I mean the best way for autophagy is exercise. So you get a lot of benefits there. But again, totally different topic. Maybe we'll do that one time.
Yeah.
And designed for long-term use and sustainable results, right? Nothing is quick. We're not about these quick fixes that have these negative side effects. And just quickly, I mean, how to use, guys, very simple. Probiotic, and these are recommendations. These are not black and white strict things, but probiotic gut support. We want you to start your day off with it, empty stomach. But some people like to take it at night before bed. Either one is good, but a lot of times we're taking our magnesium before bed, and you don't want to have that close together. So I preferably say 2 upon waking. Always make sure you're hydrating. Liver support, 2 with food. Could be after breakfast, after lunch. You could even take it after dinner, right? Our bodies detox the hardest at night when we're sleeping. So sometimes, loading it more in the evening, can really support what's happening at night. And then our chlorophyll and zeolite. Now, 1 to 2 drop. Okay, so I guess we say
4 dropperfuls.
Yeah. So 1 to 2 in the morning, 1 to 2 at night before bed. Me personally, I take all 4 at night before bed. I know
fine.
It's so it's not these black and white rules, but try to take them away from other supplements, if possible. Again, they're not these.
I definitely recommend the same.
Yeah, they're not. Again, it's not a harsh binding agent. So, but I mean, you do want to try to avoid taking them around other supplements. So,
agreed.
I typically will take it maybe like an hour after bed. An hour after dinner, and then maybe an hour later, I take my magnesium before I go to bed. So everything's just somewhat spaced out. How do you normally take it?
All right, so my turn. So I would start in the morning fasting, super empty stomach, and a lot of water, right? I'd do the probiotic gut support. Like Lisa said, I'll have 2 capsules of the liver support throughout the day with meal. And then before bed, this will go in like 2 ounces of water, not a lot of water. But like 2 hours after dinner, if you can do that. So say you have dinner at 6, I'd say at 8 o'clock or right before bed, you can do the detox. You're going to put 4 dropperfuls in just 2 to 3, 4 ounces of water max, so that it's not enough. It's not a lot of fluid keeping you up to go to the bathroom at night. But that's a great way to do it. If you want to split it, you could do 2 at night, and then the first thing in the morning, you do 2 upon waking. Wait another hour, then take your gut support, and then go. And when you eventually break your fast, add in some liver and the other supplements that you're doing that require food for absorption, which is like your D3 and your multivitamin.
Right.
So there's some flexibility, but not a lot
Sure.
when it comes to this one in particular.
And you recommend taking this with food?
Yeah. I mean, you're going to find that that one doesn't matter as much, but you'll get better absorption with food.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. There's just kind of a question, a little bit of a question on that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
again, who is this for? Everybody.
Yeah. It's like, that's why it's almost like I hesitate. My training, my background in pharmacy has said detoxes are totally useless, pointless, wasteful, right? Now we've come full circle to identify the things that support the detox pathway, because it was always like, these harsh, like you said, these harsh detox programs. But I hesitated to bring out the pack. Because I was like, look, I mean, I think it's more of an educational thing around a lot of products, but to make it simple, to get a good message across, and to show that how you can support the system effectively, this is a great place to start.
Right, definitely. I mean, remember, we're all exposed to environmental toxins. We walk outside. I mean, whether you treat your lawn or not. I mean, we don't treat our lawn with pesticides, but our neighbors do.
Yeah.
We're breathing it in. Our pets are walking, they're touching it. Our kids are playing in yards. I mean, we're all exposed to it. You walk into maybe, let's just say, a doctor's office, and they have Glade plugins. What do they call it? Glade plugins.
Air fresheners.
Yeah, I mean, they're everywhere, guys. I mean, I just know when I walk in somewhere and I smell it, I'm like, oh my God, it's like I don't want to breathe. But like, again, we can't avoid these environmental toxins because they are everywhere. So that's the problem. We're all exposed to it. You do what you can where you can, right? Don't just think, oh, well, we're exposed, so
Awareness.
whatever, I'm just gonna go with it. No, keep all these toxins out of your home. Do the best you can.
Yep.
But knowing that even when we do the best we can, we're still overly exposed to these environmental toxins.
That's right.
And then again, stress, poor sleep, plastics, right? Even if you don't use plastics at home, I mean, you get a chip bag. Gosh, what is that line?
The lining, yeah, sure.
Anything that comes in a packaging. I mean, shoot, I go by, I look at this, I'm just going to use the example of corn because I just saw it in my fridge. But these ears of corn, but they're like wrapped in plastic wrap, that I bought from the store. I mean, I know there's other ways, like you go to the green market and you just get the whole ears of corn. I'm just giving an example, but like your strawberries are in a plastic container. I mean, it's hard to avoid this stuff when you're just like shopping from grocery stores. It's hard. So we're all exposed. Most of us have some degree of gut imbalance. I mean, I've never heard anybody say like my gut is like rock solid. Not just based on feeling, but testing, right?
Yeah, sure.
If you had a stool sample and had test everything that's in there, that's how you know. And the liver, and so your liver and your microbiome benefit from like this combination of continuous support. So a healthy detox system is essential for energy, immunity, mood, skin, what else? Digestion, metabolism, and just long-term health.
And then
long-term health, right?
And then if you apply that even to the younger segment of our population, you can say, look, a lot of things are triggering ADHD type behaviors. Poor performance in school, lack of focus, and so there's something to be said about that as well.
Yeah. Yep. It's sad.
Yeah, it is.
And frustrating.
But that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Keep the dialogue open. Yeah.
Can all 3 supplements be taken at the same time? Yes.
Yeah, we went over that. Yeah.
Yep. I think I had someone asking, when the one that's asking about the parasite cleanse. I mean, yes, I would start here before you're adding in a parasite cleanse. Make sure this is working properly. But you're not supposed to stop taking this, right? Again, if you're not taking any of these, you need to start so our systems are working properly. But even prior to that, you have to make sure you're taking your nutrients. You have to make sure you're taking your daily essentials pack, right? I mean, again, there's multiple steps to this. It's not just take this and everything's going to be grand. It doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Let's see real quick if anything else came up. All right. Thank you. Someone said my skin looks really good. Thanks to Live Good. It's what you put on your body and what you put in your body, guys. It all matters, right? What if your system is already sluggish? Would you recommend starting with the probiotics, maybe the greens? I mean, there would be no reason to not start with these 3. The Super Greens is also a great addition, right? It has detox processes too. But yes, you want to make sure things are moving properly before we're adding other things in. Do you have anything to say to that?
No, it's fine. Answer.
Okay. I think I saw all of these. All right, guys. I feel like I got everything. older age, we need to really detox more, and especially, yeah, everything with age. Everything with age slows down and gets sluggish. We have to support it. Have to.
Isn't that the truth?
But just remember, you don't need extreme cleanses. You need daily support that strengthens the system your body already relies on, right? We have a system. It is here. We need to support it to strengthen it. So our body uses it. So a cleanse won't detox you guys, but this will, right?
Thank you guys for all your comments. Thank you guys for all your participation and tuning in. We'll see you all next time.
All right.
Take care,
Bye,
everybody.
guys. Take care.
Bye now.